Hi, and welcome to this short video tutorial from our video series on our 7th Shopify theme. In this video we're going to focus on structure. Understanding the structure of the theme is essential because once you understand how it's built, you can design your store exactly the way you want it. 7th is built with a theme block mindset. Everything in a theme follows a simple 3-layer structure: sections, cards, and blocks. Most sections in the theme are actually built from the same core components. They just differ in content or settings. For this tutorial, I'll start with an empty grid. Even though we include several presets, I want to show you the core structure so you understand how any section works, not just the presets. Every section starts with a section header. The section header is a static container at the top of the section, and it supports more than 10 different blocks. Let's add a heading, a caption, and a button. Inside the section header, you can control the text alignment, spacing between elements, the width of the text container, and you can also control the bottom spacing between the header and the content below. After the section header, we can add cards. There are many predefined cards in the theme, but for this example, I'll start with a blank card, an empty container where you can add any content. Let's add an image and a heading. Most cards share the same core of settings, so once you understand one card, you will feel comfortable everywhere. You can change the text alignment, the spacing between the inner blocks, the padding around the elements, whether the media stretches to the edge or has padding, the background visibility, corner radius, color schemes. You can also set a minimum height for the card, in which you can change the vertical alignment of the inner blocks. You can also turn the entire card into a link, and when you do this, the inner links are automatically disabled. And finally, many cards support background media, whether it's image or videos, with optional overlays. Cards can be duplicated and rearranged freely. Most of the cards use the same set of over 20 common blocks. So once we have cards in place, we can focus on the layout. Most sections allow you to switch between a grid and a slider. Let's start with a grid. You can choose from 5 different card sizes. These are responsive, but it's important to adjust them based on your content, especially if you have more text. Card alignment becomes important when cards have different heights. You can align them naturally, stretch them, or combine them with other options. Spacing is fully adjustable, from seamless layouts to very large gaps. For more editorial layouts, you can enable scattering cards. This introduces variations in height and positions, breaking the rigid grid structure, and you can control horizontal spacing, vertical scattering, and row gaps. You can play with the section header's positions and make it stick or go with the content. The slider follows the same principles. You can control card sizes, mobile behavior, and alignment. For a subtle editorial look, you can also randomize card sizes, optionally just for desktop. At the section level, you can control the color scheme, the top and bottom padding. You can extend the section to full width and add background images, videos, overlays, or enable the parallax effect. Finally, you can also push the content down to emphasize the background first. Now, let's look at a more advanced technique for organizing content inside cards. One of the most powerful features available in cards is the content group. You'll find this in most cards throughout the theme. Content groups allow you to group related blocks together so you can control spacing independently, change the alignment per group, and rearrange complex layouts without breaking the grid. Here I have created a simple group with 2 blocks inside, and I'm going through the different horizontal alignment types that are available from top to space. I also have the ability to change the alignment to the vertical and play with the gaps between the inner items. Now I'll be adding more content groups with more content to finish the example, and you can see how groups can grow and hold any kind of content, especially text content, and this gives you the option to move and position chunks of content in specific ways. If I add cards heights into the flow, I can create large cards that have stretch content inside them. The card's text alignment still applies to vertical groups, but horizontal groups have their own alignment and will not follow the parent one. The card height settings appear in most of the cards when the parent section's alignment is not set to stretch. If I set card's alignment to stretch at section level, the card height option will gone and all the cards will take the height of the largest one in the grid. Vertical alignment is heavily used in sections like the rich text, where we want to display secondary or primary information and emphasize certain aspects or details. Now we've talked about how cards can be added in any content. While this is true for regular grid, there are specific grids that allow only for a specific kind of content. For example, we have blog articles, where the only available card type is the article one. In such grids, a single card will define how the entire section looks like, so you can style and arrange the specific card for all the blog posts that you'd want to show here. We've included presets with some groups, so you can easily arrange things, but this doesn't stop you from adding your own blocks and configuring the cards the way you want them. Other examples of sections like this are the collection list or the featured collection products that have only one set of cards that define how the entire content will look like. Finally, while we include starter sections and presets, they're just starting points. Any preset can be transformed into something entirely different by adjusting layouts, cards, and spacing. And once you understand the structure, everything becomes interchangeable.